Snipers? Sniper Nick here, and tonight we're gonna go over the watch list for tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, June 17th. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Before I dive in, I always like to give a special sniper shout out to somebody in the chat who made good money, and tonight I'm gonna give that shout out to my man, one of our OGs, Jarrett Leon, for sniping an awesome power hour bag. He was patient, he waited for this thing to line up, and when it lined up where he wanted it to, he took action. Let's go ahead and check out this chat. At 323, Jarrett said, just took FMCI at 1596. And big shout out to Jarrett, always transparent. He always has been here in the chat, and he's been with us for a while. Check this out, it gets a nice little pop as it's holding VWAP throughout the day, and as it makes that new high, it gets a super nice push, and he goes ahead and takes the bag right away. Just takes the cash because, like he said, it's a pure short squeeze that's going on here. So he went ahead and took the easy cash. It's all out at 1730. Good stuff, Jarrett. You earned that play. My man has been on the webinars every single week since we started the site. So keep it going, Jarrett. And let's keep on adding those bags up. One bag at a time, one bag at a time. See you in the chat tomorrow morning. I know you'll be there. All right, so that's that. Now let's go ahead and dive in for the watch list for tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, June 17th. On the left side here is the watch list, and the right side is TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. The first two stocks we're going to talk about, they're actually grouped together because they're in a very similar situation. The first one, NLST, which is this one to the right. And the second one we're going to talk about is HYSR, which I'll pull up in a second. They both made awesome run-ups these past couple days, but today they made their cracks and they both were dipping into the close. Both started off strong, really strong mornings, had nice pushes, but then once the crack started to settle in, it just crept down, and both of these stocks made lower highs into the close. So we're actually looking at both these for potential panic dip buys tomorrow, as these ones are now way off of the highs that they made on their run. Don't be mad if you missed the first green day here of NLST. However, anybody who did play that, congrats, that was awesome for you. Let me go ahead and dive into that real quick. NLST had an awesome first green day. Our whole chat was on it. Congrats to anyone who did jump in it. Because the next morning, this thing opens up 50%. And the reason they opened up 50% is because they actually came out with news, and they said that they prevailed against Google at the U.S. Federal Circuit Court of Appeals. So they won a court case against Google, and they got a pop in the morning. Like I said, 50% already right at the open. So you could have went ahead and sold that bag, took 50% in the morning off that first green day. So that is why we love these plays so much. That opportunity was there. After that 50% move in the morning, this thing actually continued. It went all the way up to 86. As you can see here, it tops out at 86. Let me zoom into the 1 day, 1 minute. After it goes to 86 though, that's when the crack starts to happen and it dips. And then it really could never get back above VWAP. And actually came all the way down towards the end of the day here in the 40s. So now this one is 50% off its high. So if this one does panic tomorrow, we're going to be looking for a potential panic dip buy. You know, it does have all right support here down here at 32, but it would be ideal if it could get down here to 23.19 cent area. That is where ideal crack could happen. Let's see what'll happen tomorrow morning, because the weakness into the close does show that more downside could come. Now, we aren't really interested in any gradual decline. We want to see that morning panic tomorrow. HYSR, let's pull this one up. This one's similar. If we go to the 1 year chart, this one has been running up all the way from the sub-penny land last week of 0.0071, and this one topped out at 6.5 today. So an unbelievable move here as well. However, again, this one topped out today. It had a morning push. Let me dive into the 1 day, 1 minute. Okay, this one actually did not have news, but it did get that continuation this morning. Had a morning push all the way to mid 6 cent area, and then after that, it cracked down. And at the end of the day, during power hour, you saw that weakness and it really got a crack. And this move made it appetizing for us to be watching this for a potential panic tomorrow. Because now this one is also well off of its highs that it made on its run up here to 6.5. Sellers come in here as well. We're going to be watching this one to see if this one could get a dip back down to some multi-day support. And we like the multi-day support around the 2.1 area. So around this area, around 2-1, if it gets a dip around there, we'll be looking to use that as support. It has multi-day support here at 2-1, and then the next support is 1-6. So those are key areas we'll be watching. If the sellers come in on either one of these tomorrow, keep your eyes open. Now, the OTC panic dip buy play is not the easiest to play. If you are new with us, just sit back and watch us execute a couple of these. We actually have some on YouTube already, so you can go check out some plays, some live in action OTC panic dip buys. And if you're in the chat tomorrow, you'll be able to see if these ones do get sellers in the morning. You potentially could see a panic dip buy happen. The next one on the list, guys, this is another OTC play, and this is an OTC 52-week breakout, ABMC. And this one actually already made a pretty nice move over the breakout of 52. It already had a nice 20% push in power hour. So we just wanted to go over this just to show you the potential of these plays that we're watching. So if we dive into ABMC, you know, it kind of had a choppy day, but as we come into power hour here, you see that some volume starts to come in. When the volume comes in, it makes this new high day in power hour over 49, and it pushes all the way to 55. On the way to 55, it broke out of that 52-week breakout of 52, as we were talking about before. Now, the dollar volume was only 250K when it was breaking out here. As you can see, it was lighter volume in the morning. So we were waiting for a dip. And if a dip did come, we were ready to take advantage of it. However, after it broke out of that 52, it really never dipped. It just continued. And then check this out. A beautiful move. This one had an awesome power hour push, pushing from that 52-week breakout of 52. What a coincidence. And it pushed all the way up 11 cents to 63, so over 20%. Congrats all longs here. Since it did make that 20% move already, we are just watching it now, but you gotta love the volatility here, and you gotta love the potential. And again, this is in the last hour of the market when this move happened. So you could wait patient. You don't have to be in the chat, as we always say, all day. Just jump in when we have that prime time sniper scope updated and check out what we got. ABMC was there, and it had the potential to make 20% in that last hour. The next one on the list, this is just a wild listed low float runner, and the stock is UONE. It went from 155 to 40 bucks in 2 days. Where do you see this kind of opportunity? What other investment is offering these kind of percentage gains in 2 days? Let us know, because we're still waiting to find that opportunity, because we're down to investigate it. But this is why we love this game. This is what has always made us so excited. What a crazy move from 155 all the way to 40. Unbelievable. Yesterday, this went from 155 to the 8s, which is already a crazy move. And then today, it was purely just a short squeeze, going all the way here from the low 7s to push up to the 40s. Crazy day. And now, of course, what do you guys think we're watching? Yes, we are watching for the backside. We are looking at this to go potentially short now on this supernova. Way too overextended. It actually makes absolute no sense why this stock should ever be at 40. This is just purely a short squeeze. The crack is already settling in. We were wishing that it could kind of hold that 40s into the close or that high 30 area. However, if this does continue tomorrow, this gets a spike again tomorrow morning like it did today, we're going to be keeping a close eye on it because it has came up all the way from the 150s area. Okay, so the crack could still be juicy. We had someone in the chat who actually had an amazing play on this, taking it from the teens all the way up to like 36, I think, or 37. However, the downside is going to be big here. So check this one out, UONE. We're going to be watching it for a short tomorrow. Hopefully it gives us one more spike. Let's see what could happen. And then last but not least, guys, we always like to have one wild card pick of the night. And tonight, this one is a real wild card because it actually closed red on the day. And we really never pick red stocks to put on the watch list. But for this one, we're going to put it there because it got fresh power hour news, which caused it to spike. However, it didn't really hold that spike. But this stock is approaching a key multi-month breakout of 78, and it now has news of a patent. So they came out with news at 3:30 that they received a patent, and it got a nice little spike. Let me dive into the 1 day, 1 minute. It's red, so it's a wild card, but got the fresh news. So let's go ahead and keep an eye and see if it can come up to this multi-month breakout spot and see if we can get some volume going tomorrow. and go ahead and get a push with that fresh news. All right, snipers, this is an exciting time in the market. We saw an awesome green day today, and we saw some awesome retail numbers come out showing that America is actually coming back. So we're excited to see what is to come. There's been wild runners, and we're bringing them up in the chat throughout the day. So it's an exciting time to be a sniper. We are now in summer 2020. Let's continue the hot streak, guys. Hey, I think we can continue this summer hot streak into the winter if we keep it going, guys, with the team. So much love, my snipers. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Like always, we will talk to you guys tomorrow in the chat early in the morning. Talk to you tomorrow, snipers. Peace.